Dear students, today let us discuss about the issue of debentures. Even though we cannot discuss all the aspects, just I would like to give the outlines about the issue of the debentures. You know, children, this is one of the important topics, okay, from the board's point of view. All the topics are obviously they are the important, but here this is a topic where children it is more or less resembling the issue of the debentures. So you people can we already studied what is the issue of the debenture, issue of the shares. So children, the issue of the debenture is not that much okay difficult for us, and we are going to follow the same okay the journal entry and everything. So I believe that children, within the 10 to 15 minutes, I would like to narrate, okay, and simply the outlines, the complete outlines about the issue of the debentures. First of all, we should know that what is a debentures. So for every company, there are the two types of the funds are required. One is the funds provided by the owners or the shareholders, which is called as a equity or which is called as a owners funds. Other funds are provided by the outsiders. That means the company borrows from the outsiders. Because children, okay, the entire finance cannot be met by the owners themselves. Especially in case of the joint stock companies and all, when they are going, okay, doing the business on large scale basis, the entire capital cannot be provided by the owners. So they have to go and they have to buy or borrow the money from the outsiders. There are the different methods, there are the different sources are available. The one of the important sources, children, debentures. The debentures are, children, instead of companies, okay, the companies taking the loan from the banks or financial institution, when the companies takes a loans in the smaller lots, if you want to say that in the small units directly from the public, that is called as a issue of the debentures or raising the funds through the debentures. What is a debenture, children? When the company raises the capital, okay, by the way of issuing the shares, that is the share capital. What is the shares? The shares are basically the capital of the companies divided into the smaller unit, which are having the nominal face value. Debentures are, children. The debentures are when the company raises the funds, okay, borrows the funds from the public, and it is an acknowledgement given to the debenture holders, those who are investing, those who are ready to invest in the debentures. For them, the company is giving the acknowledgement. So, in short term, if you want to say, children, debenture is an acknowledgement for the debt accepted from the public. Okay, that means the debt that is taken from the public or debt that is taken, for that the company is acknowledging, yes, we have taken this much. We will see, children, what are the general characteristics of the debentures. First, if you are seeing, children, I would like to give the introduction about the debentures. In the debentures, if you see, children, the companies issued the debentures as a loan certificate. What is that? This is a loan certificate issued by the companies, and to raise the fund, it is attracts the investors, basically attracting the investors who seeks a fixed return. Children, in case of the share investment is concerned, in case of the people, those who are interested in investing in the share, and they are ready to take the more risk, but at the same time, the return is mostly, children, okay, if you fluctuating one. Because, but whereas in case the people, those who want to have the steady income, whenever regularly they want to have the steady income, okay, they are generally prefer to invest in the debentures, because the debentures, children, and those who are buying the debentures, they are considered as a creditors of the company. The debentures, children, generally for the debentures, the fixed rate of dividend will be given to them irrespective of whether the company has earned the profit or not. Okay, now we will see, children, what is the key features of the debentures. One is, children, the key feature is the debenture fixed rate of interest. The interest will be paid at the fixed rate, because at the time of the issue of the debenture itself, it will be mentioned the category or the classification of different, the interest rate will be mentioned. For example, 9% debentures of 1000 each. Here the 9% represent the rate of interest which will be payable to the debenture holders irrespective of the company's earning, even because the interest on debenture is charged against a profit which should be paid whether the company earns a profit or not. That is a fixed rate of interest. The next one is, children, debentures are generally repayable after the fixed time, after the fixed period, okay, except in case of irredeemable debentures. Mostly all the debentures are repayable after a certain period of time. That is a other important features. Then if you are seeing, children, the debentures are, okay, their characteristics, if you are seeing, children, the types of debentures. One is a secured debentures. What is meant by secured debentures, children? If the debenture is backed by the specific assets of the company, that means whenever you are raising the fund from the any type, children, generally we have to give some assets as a collateral security. If the debentures are secured by some of the assets of the company, and they are called as a secured debentures. At the same time, there are some debentures are there, they are unsecured. They are not secured by assets of the company. They are called as a unsecured debentures. Then if you see, children, here, the registered debentures. That means the registered debentures are the debenture holders whose names are entered in the register of the company, which is maintained by the company, in which their names are written, and whenever the company declares an interest and pays an interest, that interest will be paid to the registered debenture holders. The other debenture is called as a bearer debentures. The bearer debentures means whose debentures are not recorded, not registered in the company's records, and which can be, that debentures can be transferable, okay, by mere delivery. By mere delivery, it can be transferred to other people. But whereas in case if we come to the registered debentures, and in case if they are transferring to others, the transfer deed should be executed and it should be informed to the companies. Okay. Next, if you are seeing, children, there are the other type of the debentures. One is a convertible debentures. Convertible debentures mean, children, that debentures can be converted into equity shares after certain period of time, after the specified period of time. Then you come to the what is a non-convertible debentures. That means the debentures which cannot be converted into equity shares. The debentures which cannot be converted into equity shares remains, and they are till the end, okay, during its lifetime it remains as a debenture only. They are called as a non-convertible debentures. Then the next one is redeemable debentures. Generally, children, the debentures are issued for a specific period of time. After a expiry of the time, that debentures will be redeemed by the company. That means it will be repaid by the company. When they are repaying, it may be in lump sum or it may be in an installment. Okay. Then you come to the next one, irredeemable debentures. The irredeemable debentures are also, if you want to say, children, this is known as a perpetual debentures. They are called as a perpetual debentures. They have no fixed repayment date. Kitna din ka, okay, within this short term of time we will repay like this, no terms at all like that, and are repaid only upon company's liquidation. That debentures will be repaid to the debenture holders only on the winding up of the company. Then you come to the next one, children. Then we'll see the what is the next type of the thing, when the debentures will be shown as a long term, because generally, children, the debentures are long term liability, or if you want to say that non-current liability, which are generally payable after a more than, if you want to say that, more than 12 months or after the operating cycle from the date of the balance sheet. If it is to be payable like that, then they will be shown in the balance sheet under non-current liabilities. Under non-current liability, that will be shown. The current liability, when it will be shown, if the debentures are to be repayable within the 12 months time or within the operating cycle from the date of the balance sheet, and they will be shown as a, okay, then they will be shown in the current liabilities. Okay, some part of the debentures, children, okay, that should be paid. Okay, suppose you see, for example, children, if you want to say, suppose if the debenture is having the 10 crores, out of that 1 crore worth of the debentures are to be payable within the 1 year's period. or within the normal operating cycle from the date of the balance sheet, then what we have to do is that much of the amount should be converted into or transferred to the current maturities of long term current maturities of long term liabilities. It will be shown in the current liability. Okay, children, this are the general glimpse about it. Okay, now how to issue of the debentures? What are the ways in which actually the debentures are issued? That we are going to discuss now. Okay, children, this is only the final glimpse, and for other classification we will continue with the next video. Thank you, children.